I'm still on my journey of trying to improve in Trackmania. Welcome back, I'm HD, and this is the Trackmania School. We will continue with the Dirt Campaign today, which we already played the first 6 tracks of, and you can find the 2 videos that I did on that down in the description if you're interested. But we are starting today with track number 7, which will probably be quite a bit more challenging, but we will see. Full disclaimer, I did play these tracks before, but this was quite a few years ago and I don't really remember much, and also probably have not retained much skill if there was ever any. But without any further ado, let's start the green timer, because that's very important, and let's just get going and see what this first track, track number 7, is all about. So, this is the first track, which I think is a little bit longer, and actually let me quickly check. My audio levels are good. Yes, okay. So, yeah, first track that is a little bit longer, and I think, yeah, I will try to figure out what we actually need to do here and what are good lines, and already can see I need to remember that there are gears and that you need to be careful, and this might actually be some turns that you can't really take full speed, or at least you have to have a good line for them. Hit the wall there, but let's just continue and just see what the track is about. Because this one is 20 seconds, the other ones were quite a bit shorter, so there's a lot more chances for things to go wrong here. But okay, this is the end here. So this was a 23-second time. We are looking for, well, 23 seconds is gold medal. Author time is 21.545, and I can't really look at the times and drive at the same time, I just noticed. My best time is a .542, and we will see if I can improve it. This is kind of the goal. I definitely want to hit author medal, and we'll see if I can also just improve my current time by maybe at least a little bit. I was able last time to do, well, quite some improvements and even get an author time that eluded me when I tried this campaign a couple of years ago. So there is a chance that maybe I can have a little bit of success here, and definitely will try to continue to just learn. So that's one of the most important things here, all about learning. And yeah, did have to release it, and it's kind of difficult if you don't have the correct line for this yeah, kind of chicane section. And here I also don't know, like maybe this is an outside turn, maybe it's not, and yeah, once again I think I just did not steer early enough. But let's just see it through now. And yeah, you also need to steer quite a bit more for that turn. It's sharper than you think if you have a lot of speed. Here's the gear. Let's just for now take this as a kind of inside line. I did hit the wall once again. But yeah, if you're following along with my journey here, let me know what other surface you want to see. I think I will continue with playing the Dirt Campaign. There are, well, if we can do 3 tracks again this time, there are then 2 more. And then we will be able to check out a new surface. And let me know what you want to see. I'm kind of leaning in the direction of checking the road campaign, because road is just the most common surface, I would say. And just learning how to drive that properly will probably help us in the long run a lot more than if we were to check out ice or something. But ice will also definitely be a thing in the future. So yeah, let me know what you would want to see. But also definitely comment down below if you yourself have played this Trackmania School campaign and what your experiences are. Like, are there ones that feel a lot harder than others? Are there maybe some where you feel like the author times are quite easy, or something that you really struggle with? Would definitely love to hear, because I have played some of them in the past, but I don't remember much. And also I feel like I'm still just getting back into it, and there is quite a lot to learn for me. And already here, I really don't know how to take this turn properly. Like, if you have a proper line, probably you can take it full speed, but I'm far off that and not really getting great times here so far. I mean, 22.7. I mean, it's gold medal, but not even close to author time. And that was not a great gear. So, yeah, still the big thing for Dirt. Get the gears. And then also try to not hit the wall. And we can try maybe to just take this as an outside turn and stay on the banking. We can. Then I'm always steering a little bit too late here. It was good speed down the hill. Better than before. So could be worth it to take this with an outside line, but also kind of difficult, at least for me. Because also it feels like in the beginning there's a lot of banking and then it just drops off, and I'm not even sure if we can take this with this line without releasing at least. But maybe just releasing still would be a good strategy. Who knows? But it's all about just trying to figure out things here, and I think this is just about turn-in timing. But also probably lost a lot of speed because of that bump that I hit. Yes. So I'm not 100% sure yet. I think what we always do here, I am gonna turn on my ghost now and just see what I did last time. And it looks like I did not go outside, but just inside. But let's just see if maybe the outside approach is actually something that could be faster. If I can manage. Because I feel like you can get a lot of speed from that. Yeah, that was a gear. Yeah, that's... Dirt is always a surface where I feel like there is a lot of different lines that you can take. And it's kind of difficult, at least from just looking at it and even trying it, to figure out what is actually working and what is faster. So, like, messing up the gear here. But yeah, also, as always, I don't want to bore you with just me trying the same thing over and over. And here I hit the wall. So I think you're faster by doing the outside turn, but also I feel like it's maybe not the best because of the upcoming turn. So I think I'm gonna stick with the line that my previous best is taking here. But let's just take a look for one run. Yeah, this seems like good. Maybe a little bit of a release here. It seemed necessary with the line that I had, and then I just don't have the speed that my previous time had. But I think now I'm just gonna keep trying, and I will show you my best run. As always, hopefully beating the author time and maybe even beating my previous best. We'll see. But yeah, I'll keep trying and I'll see you then. On. Yes, yes, finally. Wow, that took a while once again. But yeah, I made it. I finally not only beat the author time, which is the first time I did in this session. I got close a couple of times, but never managed. And also I beat my previous best. And I was noticing at some point in this, I mean, take a look at the timer, which we can now stop, I guess. Let me just quickly do that. That I have some time in the last section. There is some time there to improve, but I didn't really know how much I could improve. But yeah, it was quite some time still left in the end. In the beginning, yeah, probably if I was able to do no slides here, which I'm not, but yeah, this one is the most important turn on this track. Really, really difficult. And well, just keeping the gear and the speed here. Let's maybe take another look. So yeah, the start is just keep the gear, or don't eat the gears here. You could do a no slide if you are good here. I can't. And now this is all about the turning timing here and getting this and keeping the gear in this one. So yeah, here in the end section, my previous best had quite some time left on the table. It wasn't perfect, I would say, but I think it was a lot better than the previous one that I did. But yeah, really, really tough. The tracks are definitely getting harder and harder to beat the author times, and also like doing more than my previous best did. So it's gonna get challenging for the next couple of tracks. But well, I finally beat this one, so let's move on to the next. Alright, and I'm turning off the ghost for now, and let's restart and see what track number 8 is all about. And it looks like this is one where it's not the typical dirt sections that we had so far, but this is actually quite a short one again, and it's all flat and without the embankments on the outside. So this is like the dirt with the penalty sand on the outside. I feel like this is probably, if you wanna have this really good, a lot about no sliding. But let's see how well I can do still. 13 seconds, 0.102 this time. Author time is a 12.508. And my previous best, which I will try to beat once again, is a 12.462. If I'm able to do this, it's gonna get even tougher, I think. I think also, like, my placement here, 220 seconds in the top 0.75%. I'm not 100% sure that I'll be able to beat this. At least just from looking at this now, this seems like a quite strong record by me that I did manage to do the last time I played these. But nonetheless, I'm gonna try. So let's try and figure out what we want to do here. So I guess for the start here, just try position yourself on the outside, but there's a really, well, I wouldn't say a bad gear, but a gear that you need to be careful about. Just gear 3 here, which you do want to hit before you actually fully turn in here. So maybe just stop steering at some point. Okay, let's see. Maybe still go a little bit more towards the outside. Stop steering there and then just tap steer. And maybe there's even a line here where you do cut over the penalty sand at least a little bit, because just the shorter line will make things faster. Even though that would slow you down. This will be very interesting to figure out. Also something where we could for sure take a look at not only my personal best, but also the world record. I think we're gonna do this after just a couple more tries here. Let's see if I can actually even get below the 13-second mark here. Not quite sure how to take this properly. I'm already losing so much in this first turn. So let's see. Still, like 16 speed behind my personal best and almost 0.3. That's a lot for just basically going almost straight here. I mean, the first gear is no problem, but after that, I really don't know. That was a little bit better, but still 0.2 behind my personal best. That's a lot. Okay. Can I even get below 13 seconds? That is one of the questions I have here. I'm not quite sure. Like, maybe just cutting over the penalty sand there a little bit could be worth it, but we'll figure this out. As I said, we will take a look. And as I said, there's probably, if you want to be really fast here, at least for this first turn, it's probably a no slide, which will be very difficult for me to execute if I even can. But we'll take a look in just a second at the records. Interesting. Like, if you actually get this first turn clean, you need to be really careful that you don't overshoot, or yeah, basically overshoot the corner. Okay. Give this a couple more tries here. Oh, that was a really bad gear. Taking this with a no slide, I'm not sure if and how that's possible, but maybe something like this is fast. Well, it's at least fast, but was still so far behind. More than 0.2. Here, I don't know, probably just tap steering. At least 12.85, that's below the 13 seconds, but still quite far off. So let's take a look. I think I'm just gonna enable my ghost and we'll just see what that does, and then we'll take a look at the world record as well. Okay, pretty much going quite inside here. Okay, letting it drift somewhat towards the outside of the turn, but then also like kind of really close towards the inside there. Here. Interesting. How did I even do this? So you can see I definitely did unlearn a few things. I'm also not quite sure why I'm getting that gear so much faster. At least it looks like it. Because if I do it like this, I just eat the gear because I turn in too early. But if I wait for the gear, then I'm not making that inside. So how did I even do that? Well, that's at least somewhat close. Yeah, just keeping it on the dirt here. Okay, let's take a look at what Soldier did in world record with the 12.215. So it seemed like tap steering in the beginning, and okay, very interesting. Let's take a look again. So line in the beginning, kind of similar to mine, but then very much smooth steering, and then loads of cutting over the penalty sand there. Like one more time to really understand that. So here he just gains a lot of speed, and then because he would overshoot, he just cuts along that cactus there. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can at least in some way replicate this. I really am so struggling to not eat the gear here. And this is just too wide and too slow. How did he do that? And how did I do that back in the day? I really don't know. So, once again, this is probably gonna take a long time for me to properly figure this out. But let's at least try and understand this line over the sand. Okay, let's give it one more go. I did eat the gear. I want to get a clean one where I don't eat the gear for a change. Like this, but and then once again too late on turning. This is really difficult. You can see here, if I just turn too early, then eat the gear and slow down so much. And like this, I'm just going way too wide. We're kind of stop steering there, maybe, but still so much speed lost. Well, as I said, this is going to be a challenge. The first couple of tracks, if you saw those videos, I think I was doing okay. I think I also, well, I spent quite some time on some of those tracks, but at least I did get both the author time and also beat my own time most of the time quite fast. But it's gonna get a lot more difficult, as you can clearly see. So let's try this, and this is actually faster. Interesting. Well, since we've been going for over 8 minutes on this track already, I think I'm just gonna once again have at it and try to beat this. We'll see if I manage, and I'll come back to you if I do. Oh, so close. So close. The 0.471. It's not quite what I wanted, which was beating my personal best that I did a couple of years ago, but still, this is finally author time. Man, that took a while. You can see in the timer, it's over an hour that I've tried this, and also you might be able to see I'm wearing something different, so it's actually a new day. Because yesterday I was trying for about 45-50 minutes overall, and I couldn't get... Well, I could get close-ish, but couldn't manage to beat the author time yesterday. So today took me only like 10-15 minutes. I think I started around 50 minutes on the timer, so only 10 minutes today, so maybe sleeping actually did help. But man, this is difficult. So let me actually walk you through what's going on so that you have a little bit of an idea of what you need to do if you want to try that yourself. I can't really... or can we take a look at that replay? We probably could, but let's maybe also just check out my line that I did back then, because it's very, very similar. So if we take a look here, most important thing is in that first corner, you first of all do want to get the gear up, and second of all you want to nose slide. And to get that gear up, you need to, well, start steering in the very beginning. So that for that left-hander you start your steering, then you stop steering to get the gear shift, and then immediately you start steering again, but smooth steering. So maybe we actually will take a look at my replay, so the video that I just did, and we talk about that. So here it is, and we're actually just gonna watch it at half speed so we can see exactly what's going on, and you can see my inputs in the bottom left. Watch the steering. I steer first to get towards the corner, but then I stop steering to get the gear. I don't get this perfect here, but at least I get it to where I'm facing the corner in the right way. And then it's all about smooth steering, so not steering too much so you don't slide. Let's actually watch that again. So as I said, watch the steering. I stop steering here quite quickly and then just smooth steer so that I make the corner, but I also don't overshoot. Once again, stop steering to get to fourth gear. And then I just have to steer quite a lot to even make this corner and not go too wide. And even on the sand on the outside, I had this so many times. I had a bunch of 0.6s, like when I was getting more consistent at this. But I did have problems of reaching the lower 0.5s. I had some 0.55 and I think once even a 0.51, but I didn't quite manage to get the author time. Now I finally did. As I said, not quite the time that I wanted. I wanted to beat my old PB, but as I said in the beginning, I think the old PB is quite strong, at least for my standards, for my skill level, so I'm happy with this. And also, as I said in the beginning, these tracks are getting harder and harder. So I think we're gonna leave it at this here, and we're just gonna be happy that I managed to get these two tracks with author time, and one even with quite a bit of an improvement, so we can go fresh into the next tracks. But if you enjoyed this, then leave a like on the video, comment down below what your experience is with the Dirt campaign. Have you tried these tracks, especially the later ones, and how are you faring on these? I feel like especially author time is really difficult on these. Let me know your experiences. But other than that, if you aren't subscribed yet, feel free to do so. It's free and you can see my future uploads. And you can also watch the previous episodes of this Trackmania School Dirt campaign, or some of the other videos that I did on weekly shorts and other things Trackmania related on the channel. Thanks for watching. I've been HD. Have an awesome day.